What's going on, people, and welcome back to another top 10. This one today is my top 10 England all-time kits. I think we've had some nice ones over the years. We've switched it up quite a bit at different times. So yeah, let's get into it. In at number 10, I've gone with an England home shirt from 1984. I just like the collar. I'm not a massive fan of the V collar, but I like the colours of it with that sort of white sort of little thin stripe through it, a little bit of red. And that navy blue. I think it's simple, but it works well. The front of the shirt's pretty simple, but the old school Umbro, the England badge, and then the sleeves, you got the cuffs to match up with the neck bit. So it's pretty simple, pretty plain, but I like it. So it makes a list. In at number 10, England 1984 home. In at number 9, I've gone with the 150-year anniversary edition away from 2013. The red and the gold with the white dates and the 150 years in the gold on that chest piece with the 2013, and then you've got the England badge itself, but they've nicely matched it up with like a white background on it and the gold for the three lions, which I think is a nice touch, with the gold star to represent the World Cup we won in '66. Obviously we won that final in the red top as well, so I think it's a really nice tribute shirt and an anniversary celebration for the national team. I think it was a very good effort. It's kind of like a skin tight one, it looks like, from the image I have of it, which I'm not usually a fan of, but I do like the colours in it. I like the white, the red and the gold, and that gold really switches it up, and it's a nice addition for the 150 year mark. So England away 150 years anniversary from 2013, in at number 9. In at number 8, I've gone with a home shirt from the Italia 1990. Obviously, very memorable, not for all the good reasons, but a lot of people's favourite World Cup. It was actually the year I was born, so it wasn't the first tournament I remember watching because I was obviously a baby. Gascoigne, them tears, that famous moment with him and Lineker, the penalty shootout, the Germans. Yeah, not fantastic memories, but we played well as well up to certain points in that tournament. Mixed emotions and memories for a lot of fans that were sort of older than me at the time, but I've obviously seen clips and out of it over the years, and I just like it. A weird sort of textured pattern on the white there, but I like it. It's got the Umbro bits on the sleeves, which I like. It's that old school Umbro look. The navy for the Umbro with the writing and the badge itself. And then the Three Lions badge, what we come to expect with the white and the navy. The neck piece is interesting because it's like a collared one, but it's also a button on it as well. And it's got some sort of stripes on it, which is, you don't really see a lot with England tops. So I quite like it, to be honest. Again, not too much going on. Details to the neck that I like. I do like the old school Umbro look on the sleeves and that patterned effect that they've got throughout the shirt on the white. Famous for Italia 90 as well. This would be a lot of people's number one. I wouldn't be mad at it, but it's not for me. But decent enough, still make the list. In at number 8. In at number 7, I've gone with an interesting one, which when I was doing this video, when I was getting the bits together ready for this video and the research, going through the England catalogue of shirts all through their time, I didn't know and I wasn't aware that we ever had a yellow top. Apparently we only wore it once from what I'm reading and can find out. Circular neck and the white badge on it. Very simple, nothing else, but I quite like it because it's so different and I've never seen us in yellow. Didn't know we had it. Obviously we've had yellow goalkeeper kits over the years, but that's different. For an actual outfield top, I don't think many people probably aware of this. It's different. I like the fact that it's yellow, and I wouldn't mind seeing a yellow England kit again. Like, I don't know why we haven't used this. Maybe it's superstitious because we didn't perform in it, but I'd like to see it come back in some sort of version, even if they put more on the top. I think it's an interesting one in a piece of history that you don't see an England yellow kit. So away 1973 yellow. In at number 6, I've gone with away again from 1990. The red, obviously very similar to the home one, the same design, obviously in red. You've got the white with the navy throughout the shirt, the same pattern as I said, it's just red. But I really like this. It looks like it's a very comfortable fit. I like the colours. I think it pops more than the home one, which is why I've got it higher. Yeah, a lot of people rave about the home one, which I do like, hence why it's on the list, but I do prefer the away one because it's just a bit more colourful. England away at 1990. in at number 6. In at number 5, I've gone with the 1998 home shirt. Obviously famous for that Argentina game with Beckham getting a red card. Had a very good squad and good chance of winning that tournament. I don't put it all on Beckham that we lost either, like a lot of people do. But it was my first tournament I sort of remember dipping my toes in, becoming a football fan. 2002 a bit more was my first proper one that I remember most. But 98, I remember parts of it. And I do remember that Argentina game more than anything, not just because of the Beckham incident, but just remember it, the Owen goal, for example. A lot of people probably wouldn't like this design, but it's more nostalgia for me. I do like the side panels on it with the red and the navy. I think that's different, and we haven't really seen that before. The little sort of patches on the arms as well to match that up. The button piece on the neck, again, I quite like it, that it's a button. You've got the little detail of a little small St. George's flag just below that button, the navy collar, and then you've got the centred old school Umbro 3 lions, which centred badge. I've actually got one on here. I quite like the fact that it's a centred piece. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I'm quite a fan of it. I think it works. The Umbro writing above it. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this one. As I said, nostalgia for me more than design, but I quite like the design too. England home 1998 in at number 5. In at number 4, I've gone with a 2002 home kit. Obviously, I believe we wore this in that qualifier as well against Greece when we were having to cling on for dear life to qualify for the World Cup. 2002 was the first World Cup that I remember. Probably my favourite World Cup as well. Obviously, heartbreaking way to go out to Brazil again, but yeah, this one was very different at the time and still throughout history. We haven't had one similar to this since, with that red stripe down there on the side that goes sort of behind the badge, which I like. Got the number in the centre of the shirt, which I quite like too. The old school Umbro logo. Obviously the 2002 patch on the sleeves. And I like that blue trim around the bottom of the shirt and around the cuffs of the sleeves as well. So yeah, big fan of this one. I can't remember if I had this shirt as a kid growing up, but always one that stood out, and I remember for being very different with the design as well. So home 2002 in at number 4. In at number 3, I've gone with the away 2002 red. One thing that stands out for me with this top is that Beckham penalty in the revenge, I would call it, or I don't know if it was revenge, but just his putting to bed that Argentina game. He scores the penalty in 2002 to kind of get rid of them demons. I know we didn't go on to win the tournament, but for him that was a big moment. You can tell with the celebration where he grabbed his shirt afterwards. Penalty as well. And we got revenge on Argentina, and he sort of got rid of them demons in a big way. A lot of weight off his shoulders, and that's what I think of when I see this kit. Really big fan of it. I like the St. George badge on the cuffs of the sleeves. There's nice design with that. That sort of stitching in the navy down the side of the shirt I really like. I like how the neck looks. Just everything about this kit is very smart. Simple, but I like it a lot. I like the red again. Very nice design. England away 2002 in at number 3. In at number 2, I've gone with an England home 1999. Not a hugely successful period for England at this point in time, with the 2000s Euros coming up the year after. This just wasn't good times for us. But I remember Shearer in this kit quite a bit, Owen, Beckham himself. But I think I had this one as a kid. I think it's really, really smart. I like it. I'd like to get it again, to be honest, because I don't have it anymore. I like this, the sleeves and the neck again, the design of it. The 2 bits around the neck I like. Love the old school Umbro design on the sleeves again. How it comes down the sides of the sleeves as well. The patterns throughout, the side panels on it with the different fabric. Just love everything about this kit. There's not a lot going on with it in terms of colour, but I like that about it. I love the patterns on it. I love the lines, the materials, how it looks. A lot of people probably think it's a bit bland, but I really, really like this kit, hence why it's so low. Nearly made number 1. England 1999. Very underrated kit for me. In at number 2. And then number 1, it's the Euros 96. I've got mine here. Shearer on the back. Obviously, a little bit before my time with that 98 World Cup that I remember, 2 years before. I feel like I might remember slight bits of this also, but I don't know if it's me mistaking it with 98. I remember having my face painted and stuff, but I can't remember if it was for this or 98. Probably more likely 98. But obviously the 96 kit, most people's favourite tournament as an England fan and memories. I know we've got into finals since and stuff, but for memories, the team, the potential it had, again, we didn't go on to win it, but some of the football we played against Holland, even Germany up to a point in that when we got knocked out, obviously the most iconic, one of the most iconic goals ever with Gascoigne lobbing it over Colin Hendry against Scotland. And this was taking place at Wembley as well. So if there was any time period that I wish that I could have grown up in and seen live, it would have been Euro 96. I love the kit as well. I love the kind of turquoisey blue, dark navy. I love the patches on the sleeve. I don't have it on my one, but on the picture, you've got the Euro 96 sort of ball badge, whatever you want to call it. I love the design of the numbers with that sort of dark navy. And then you've got the lighter blue on the outside of the number. I love that the number and the badge is centered itself with the old school Umbro writing, as you can see. I don't have a number on the front of this one, but obviously I got the 9 with the shear on the back for this. But yeah, I just love the design of it, the simple different textures and materials on the overall shirt. I just love this kit. I had the shorts as a kid as well, I remember. I don't know if I had the socks. But yeah, if I could go back to any time and witness this live especially, but just enjoying the tournament on TV as well. I would have only been 5 at the time, I believe, so it was just a bit missed it in terms of fully appreciating it at the time. But I remember the atmosphere around the country and stuff, and very jealous that I'm not my age sort of now to appreciate it more. But the clips and documentaries and things I've watched of it, the old Wembley, which I never got to go to, unfortunately, just a historic moment in our country, holding the tournament as well. And I love this kit. Euro 96 home in at number 1. So that is it, guys, for my top 10 all-time England kits. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know yours in the comments, and I'll be back soon. Have a great week and weekend, and I'll be back soon in a bit.